The minty fresh mouthwash you use every morning to kill 99% of germs is secretly spiking your blood pressure. You probably think you are protecting your teeth and gums, but the cruel truth is, you are actively triggering a physiological disaster inside your own blood vessels. Right now, a microscopic massacre is happening in your mouth, and the billion-dollar industry refuses to tell you the consequences. For decades, they have sold us the illusion of perfect hygiene. They trained us to blindly fear all bacteria. We have been brainwashed into thinking our mouth is a dirty room that needs to be sterilized with harsh chemicals, alcohol, and artificial dyes. But here is the craziest part. Your body absolutely needs that 99% of bacteria to survive. When you swish that blue or green liquid around, you are not just killing the bad bugs that cause bad breath. You are literally carpet bombing one of the most crucial ecosystems in your entire body. Your oral microbiome is not a mistake. It is a highly intelligent, perfectly balanced biological mechanism. It acts as the first physiological barrier, a frontline defense system that protects everything from your throat to your gut. Yet every single morning and every single night, we drown this delicate ecosystem in toxic chemicals. I used to do this too. I loved that burning sensation because it felt like it was working. I thought I was doing the right thing for my health. But the horrifying truth is, clinical research now paints a very different picture. When we nuke our mouth with antibacterial wash, we are causing profound collateral damage. We are wiping out the very life forms that keep our cardiovascular system running smoothly. You see, the bacteria living on the back of your tongue are not your enemies. They are a vital part of a complex biochemical reaction that your body cannot perform on its own. These specific microscopic organisms are known as nitrate-reducing bacteria, and their job is so critical that without them, your blood vessels begin to suffocate. Imagine them as tiny, tireless workers in a highly efficient factory. When you eat leafy greens like spinach, kale, or arugula, you're consuming natural nitrates. But your body does not possess the enzymes to break these nitrates down. We are biologically dependent on the bacteria living on our tongue to do this heavy lifting for us. When you chew your food, these specific bacteria feast on the nitrates and convert them into nitrites. You swallow these nitrites, and once they hit the acidic environment of your stomach, they are transformed into a biological miracle called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the gold standard of cardiovascular health. It is a signaling molecule that travels through your bloodstream and tells the smooth muscle cells around your blood vessels to relax. This causes your blood vessels to widen and expand, which lowers your blood pressure and dramatically improves blood flow to your brain, your heart, and your muscles. In other words, this microscopic process is exactly what keeps your circulatory system youthful and elastic. It is the ultimate anti-aging compound for your vascular system, keeping everything soft, flexible, and fully functional. But what happens when you introduce an antibacterial mouthwash into this perfect system? You create a barren wasteland. You completely annihilate the nitrate-reducing bacteria on your tongue. The factory shuts down. The biochemical reaction stops cold. Your body can no longer convert the nitrates from your healthy salad into the nitric oxide your blood vessels are screaming for. And it doesn't stop there. Within just a few days of using antibacterial mouthwash twice a day, clinical studies show a significant and measurable spike in resting blood pressure. This is not a placebo effect. This is molecular biology in action. Your blood vessels become stiff and constricted because they have been deprived of their most essential relaxing molecule. You are eating all the right foods, you are exercising, and yet your blood pressure keeps creeping up. You go to the doctor and they might prescribe you medication, completely unaware that the root cause of the problem is sitting right there on your bathroom sink. You are silently destroying your heart health just to have minty fresh breath for 30 minutes. It is a trap, a vicious cycle that keeps you dependent on the pharmaceutical and cosmetic industries while your cellular health deteriorates. The tragedy is that we are doing this to ourselves willingly. We spend our hard-earned money on products that are essentially acting as cardiovascular disruptors. We are blindly following a marketing script written by corporations that prioritize profit over human physiology. Every time you rinse and spit, you are washing away your biological armor. You are severing a crucial link in the chain of human biology that took millions of years to evolve. The bacteria on your tongue are literally the gatekeepers to your cardiovascular health, and we are treating them like an infection. Right now, imagine what happens when the microbiome on your tongue is completely wiped out by that harsh liquid. You are severing a vital biochemical reaction that the receptors in your blood vessels desperately rely on. The billion-dollar industry tries to conceal this fact. But the cruel truth is that without those specific bacteria, your circulatory system is left completely defenseless. Your endothelial cells, which line the inside of your blood vessels, lose their primary signal to produce nitric oxide. They constrict, they stiffen, and your blood pressure inevitably rises. You are literally building a restrictive physiological barrier against your own cardiovascular health. This is a brilliant marketing trap. The chemical wash acts almost like a localized neurotoxin to your oral microbiome, silently destroying the delicate bacterial balance while giving you the illusion of health. They refuse to tell you this because healthy, independent people do not need to buy endless bottles of brightly colored burning liquid. But the horrifying truth is, it does not stop at high blood pressure. When you indiscriminately kill the bacteria in your mouth, you are not just targeting the bad guys. You are leaving an empty biological real estate. And in nature, nothing stays empty for long. Opportunistic, harmful pathogens quickly move in to colonize the space. Because you destroyed the protective army, these bad bacteria multiply rapidly. They dig into your gums, creating micropockets of chronic inflammation. This is where the real nightmare begins. These dangerous pathogens can now leak directly into your bloodstream through the inflamed gum tissue. They travel through your body, triggering an immune response and causing systemic inflammation. They can even bypass physiological barriers and affect your lymphatic system, forcing your body to constantly fight a microscopic war that you started with a plastic cup of mouthwash. That minty fresh feeling you love? It is practically a placebo. It masks the scent of the biological destruction happening underneath. This profound lack of nitric oxide does not just strain your heart, it fundamentally alters your brain function. Your neurons require a massive and constant supply of oxygen and nutrients to perform complex tasks, form memories, and clear out metabolic waste. When your blood vessels are chronically constricted because you washed away your oral bacteria, the microcirculation in your brain suffers deeply. You might experience this as unexplained brain fog, chronic fatigue, or an inability to focus. You are essentially starving your own neurological tissue. The industry will never connect these dots for you. They want you to believe that oral care is completely isolated from the rest of your physiology. But in molecular biology, everything is connected. So how do we fix this disaster? How do we awaken the body from this chemical assault? Here is the craziest part. You can stop this massacre and initiate a complete reset starting today. Your body is incredibly resilient and forgiving. If you simply stop the daily chemical bombardment, your oral microbiome will begin to rebuild itself. It is a biological miracle waiting to happen. To trigger this root healing, you must immediately throw away the commercial mouthwash. Do not let it anywhere near your mucous membranes. If you truly need to freshen your breath, use a simple ancient technique like a warm saltwater rinse or a physical copper tongue scraper. These gentle methods clean the physical debris without causing a mass extinction event in your mouth. You are managing the environment, not nuking it. Next, you need to actively feed the surviving beneficial bacteria to help them repopulate. You need to load your daily diet with nitrate-rich superfoods like raw beets, spinach, celery, and arugula. But here is the secret. You cannot just swallow them quickly. You must chew your greens slowly and deliberately. When you chew slowly, you are mixing the plant nitrates with your saliva, bathing the back of your tongue and feeding the exact bacteria that save your life. As they feast, you will awaken the dormant factory. The bacteria will multiply and the biochemical reaction will restart. Your tongue will once again become a powerful cleanup machine, seamlessly converting those natural compounds into life-saving nitric oxide. By simply changing this one morning habit, you will literally reverse aging in your cardiovascular system. You will restore the gold standard of vascular elasticity. Your blood pressure will stabilize naturally. Your energy will return. And your heart will not have to work so hard just to pump blood through your body. You are replacing a synthetic chemical dependency with a pure biological mechanism. Your mouth is not a sterile laboratory that needs to be bleached. It is a thriving, living ecosystem that is intimately connected to your heart, your brain, and your entire physiological existence. When you work with your biology instead of fighting it, you unlock a level of vitality that no corporation can ever sell you in a bottle. Do not let a blind, outdated habit dictate your long-term health. It is time to step out of the trap, rebuild your biological armor, and take back control of your physiology. If you found this scientific breakdown eye-opening, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I am dedicated to exposing the physiological lies we have been told and bringing you the raw truth about your body. Thank you for watching and stay healthy.